Hey y'all, I'm here to show you how to make clean enchilada sauce. It is very simple, and the first thing you're going to want to do is get a skillet, turn it right between probably medium-high heat. You're going to take olive oil, and you're going to do 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Get that heating up. All right, so you're gonna let that kind of start warming up, and there's quite a lot of seasonings going into this, but I've got them all ready, but I wanna show you how easy it is to make your very own enchilada sauce, and you'll know exactly what you're putting in it. So, the next thing you will do is do 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Whoa. That's a little bit more than 2, but we're going to go with it. And then you want to start just making sure that, it doesn't overheat or burn, because I like doing a lot of my dishes this way, where you put the spices in with the oil a little bit to get it going. And you're going to want to let that cook for a little bit. It starts kind of browning up pretty good. And the next thing you want to do, and I'm going to turn that heat down a little bit, is pour in 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Sprinkle it in, because that's going to create kind of a thicker sauce. Kind of spread that around. You just want to really keep on it to make sure it doesn't burn. I got that cornstarch mixed in good. And then you want to add your tomato paste. Just to a can. And if you've seen any of our budget saving tips, you could just grab a couple frozen tablespoons from your freezer, because a lot of recipes don't call for a full can. That's always a nice little way to save and not to waste. All right, and then we're going to add in, kind of get that mixed in a little bit here. Then add in 3/4 cup of chicken broth. Sorry you don't have an above camera, but I think you get the gist of what I'm doing here. And I like using a spatula for a lot of my cooking, just because it makes sure you're getting, especially if you're putting in dry ingredients, make sure that you're grabbing a hold of those and mixing them in with everything. So I literally have like 6 of these. All right, so you got your tomato paste, your chicken broth, and then you want to add in a cup of water, because it's still pretty thick. Just keep stirring because you want that tomato paste to really mix in there, but as it heats up, it will. And the next thing I'm going to do is start adding in my herbs. So I already did the chili powder, did that from the very beginning. Then I'm going to do 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and half a teaspoon of onion powder. And roughly 2 tablespoons, I'm using raw sugar. Then you're going to want to stir it up, mix everything up really good. once you've got I'm flinging it. Once you've got everything mixed up, and I've been cooking this a little warmer, a little bit higher than medium. You want to wear an apron too if you're a bit aggressive like I am with your stirring. But anyway, so you're going to basically get all that mixed up. And if you notice that it's a little bit thicker, from the beginning, you can add more water to it. If it's a little bit more watery, add a little bit more cornstarch. I'm liking the way this is looking. I'm going to show you without spilling it. Look at that. Looking pretty good. So, what you want to do is get that mixed up pretty good. And really just put it on low. And just let it sit for about 8 minutes, 10 minutes at most. Checking it, stirring it, making sure it's not getting too hot or sticking to the bottom, because it is not going to smell very good if it gets burnt. And then you don't have an enchilada sauce for your dish. So, hope you have enjoyed this recipe. It's super easy, and you have a delicious enchilada sauce that is clean and healthy. Have a good one.